Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just doing this video in light of my recent John Lofgren boot review where I talked about some combat boots that my buddy Mario sent me to review, and in the process I got to researching what John Lofgren is most known for, and I touched on these quite a bit in my video review that would be the John Lofgren engineer boots, which John Lofgren almost single-handedly brought back onto the scene. And as such, I have had the opportunity to explore some new shops that sell them, in particular Lost and Found, who I've never shopped through before, but they're very highly reputed in our community. I was perusing their site and I couldn't help but notice that they had two really striking engineer boots that are new arrivals. And I kind of wanted to talk about these two because these are rare to see. They're rare to find, rare to see. In the video I mentioned that if I were to eventually pick up some engineers from John Lofgren, I'd probably go for these black Shinki Hikaku Horsebutt boots. As you can see here, the grain on this boot is just insane. The leather has just the most brilliant honeycombing throughout. Of course, from pair to pair, it's going to vary, but Shinki shrinks this horsehide down by I think about 25%. It really emphasizes and pronounces the grain character on the boot, and it just results in such a brilliant appearance. And especially depending on the angle of the light, you can see here that it just really displays its honeycomb pattern, and it's just so brilliant. So Lost and Found sells in multiple different currencies. So on the homepage, it looks like these are $1,500, but that's Canadian dollars. US dollars, that's more like $1,200. So be scared, but not that scared of these boots. They're not as expensive as they would appear. And yeah, it looks like they're pretty much fully stocked. They have a pair in each size currently. 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5. Yeah, so 7 through 12, it looks like they're fully stocked. My guess is they probably got a single run of these, meaning at least one in each size, but probably two in size 8 through 10.5, if that were my guess. Because as you can see here, you select the 7 and the 7.5, it says only one left. 8, only one left. Then 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12. So really the only ones that do not have one left are the 8.5s and the 9s. Every other size has one size remaining. And so yeah, that's why I think they probably got a standard run, which would be just one pair in every size, and then maybe double pair in certain really popular sizes. Like I said, probably 8 to 10 were doubled up. So anyways, that's just conjecture. So about this product, we have two things going on here: engineer boots and Shinki. Now if that hasn't piqued your attention, I don't know what will. We've got an incredible silhouette teaming up with a phenomenal leather, which automatically equals grail boots. Remember, Shinki Horsebutt is different on every pair. Just means you'll be getting a one-of-a-kind each and every time. And one other component to this, the black dye when applied will not penetrate the hides, meaning when there are scuffs you will start to see the brown core underneath the true color of the leather. I've mentioned this in some recent videos, and my buddy Dave talked about this too. Shinki is a very delicate leather. It's brilliant when brand new, but it does patinate dramatically and quickly. And so if you want to maintain this black gloss, this sheen that it has going on, this uniformity, then you will want to periodically reapply conditioners and waxes to the surface just to maintain that aesthetic. Or you could just really beat the living crap out of them, walk in the rain, scuff them up, and don't do anything, let them dry, and they will reveal the T-core patina underneath. It's a really brilliant process. I really love seeing a nice T-cored boot over time. So these are on the 110 last, lot number LK003, limited edition, Shinki Hikaku Horsebutt upper, heavy single, double, triple stitched sewing, Japanese made nickel buckles and steel shanks, Vibram 705 half soles and 700 heels. Goodyear welted construction using Japanese-made flat welts. Made in Japan. This is going to be purely Japanese made. The leather and the boot construction is all going to be in Japan. Very cool. Yeah, the upper is from Shinki Hikaku, and the boot's actually just made right there in Japan. That's really cool. So let's look at the other pair. These are just brilliant. These are going to be the Wabash engineer boots in Shinki Hikaku Horsebutt Burgundy. Just look at that. If you're a fan of Burgundy, which I am, I actually have some dark oiled brown Shinki Horsebutt boots on the way from Renav Goods in the same exact model that I bought my stitched down patina Thunderdome pair on. So I have natural and I have dark brown covered. I don't have burgundy and I don't have black, so this is rather tempting. Yeah, they really do a good job with that silhouette. Jake talks about this, Jake at Almost Vintage Style, how this is just a perfect silhouette. And yeah, you can see the honeycombing there. Now with engineer boots, the sizing can be tricky because the way the engineer boot really affixes to your foot is right here at the instep. And researching John Lofgren, some people say go a full size down, other people say go a half size down. My buddy Mario sent me his Lofgrens in size 9. I can tell you, they were a half size large on me and I'm a 9 Brannick, so I would recommend a half size down. That seems to be the consensus. That's what Jake recommends as well. Jake is somewhat the authority in my eyes when it comes to Lofgren. And so if I were to order these, I'd pick the 8.5s. And wow. That is so wild. It looks like, almost like snakeskin, like scales. That is just insane. I can't get over that. Those are wild. Look at that honeycombing. Yeah, but you can see the difference, right? Look at the dramatic character the left boot has compared to the right boot. It's a little bit more withdrawn, a little bit more muted out in terms of the character. Now, some people will have the tendency to be disappointed by that, but that's out of their control. The bootmaker will do their best with panel placement when it comes to picking where the panels go and showing it off. Obviously you're going to want, so obviously the vamp is going to be tricky, right? Because on the vamp, you can see here on this part of the vamp, it's a lot more pronounced, but on the part of the vamp that stretches over the last, it smooths out. Why is that? Because they stretch it. And so that's going to stretch it back out. That's going to remove, not remove some of the character, but stretch it out so that it's less pronounced here. And so that's just the nature of it. You know, so people want the whole boot to look like this area, but it's just unrealistic when you know, depending on how rich of patterning you have, it will show very well depending on the panel placement. But then on the areas that get stretched over the last, obviously that's going to stretch out. And so that's going to mute out some of that character. It's just to be expected. Now, we all want the Picasso. We all want the Cohiba, you know, we all want the creme de la creme when it comes to character, but it's just not realistic. You know, expect a really cool piece here and there, and then expect probably a smoother piece like this here and there, and it's just the nature of the beast. This is really nice, a really nice touch with the roll top edge there. Yeah, it looks like it has pull tabs, which I would expect on an engineer. Whew, just brilliant. Oh, I'm tempted by these. No joke. I said no more boots, but these are Grail boots. I mean, just like the description says. So the same description is going to apply. 110 last. Shinki Hikaku Horsebutt upper. Single heavy, double, triple stitched sewing, Japanese made nickel buckles and steel shanks. Vibram 705 half soles, 700 heels. Goodyear welted construction using Japanese made flat welts made in Japan. There you have it, folks. I will leave links to both of these incredible boots in the description below if you want to check those out. I think this is a rare opportunity. Again, I would recommend a half size down from Brannick, not a full, but that could vary depending on how low or high volume your foot type is. I have a high volume foot, so a half down will be good for me, but if you have a low volume foot, you might want to go the full size down. And then real quick, yeah, so when I was originally researching the Lofgrens, I saw these two. So this is going to be natural chrome excel and black chrome excel. So the natural is going to be Wabash engineer boots, and Horween natural you can see few sizes left. The most popular sizes are sold out. They got a 7, 7.5, 11, 11.5. So, but absolutely gorgeous. We got that woodsman heel back there. Yeah, the woodsman heel is also, I should have mentioned that, on the black and the burgundy. And then the black chrome excel here. It looks like they've got an 11 and 11.5 left, so not much left there. But yeah, very good looking boot there. And then there's a couple others, obviously, that caught my eye. These. These are going to be the M43 service boots in Shinki Hikaku olive. Wow, amazing. So yeah, we got an 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5 remaining. 1,044 US dollars. So we've come across many incredible boots over the years, but this one is for the ages. Shinki, the only tannery to specialize in horse leather. We're talking horsebutt specialists. What's amazing that since they are the experts, they are able to produce extremely unique leathers. We're dropping knowledge today. The mere texture of them makes them special beyond belief. Each one will have a similar yet different look based off the horsebutt leather's texture, grain, and color. Plain and simple, these are special. These are extremely limited, and once they're gone, no reorders. Built on the Munson Last lot number LK017 Shinki Hikaku horsebutt uppers. Heavy single, double, triple, quadruple stitched sewing Japanese-made steel shanks, Vibram 700 cork soles, and 7335 cork heels. Goodyear welted construction made using USA-made storm welts made in Japan. Yeah, you can see the character on the vamp here is kind of muted out, right? But then you get up to the heel counter, you can see it's not only more texture but darker. And then on the quarter, you typically get a lot of good character on the quarter too, because the quarter doesn't undergo any stress during the construction process. I mean, it's just, they just stick it on. It's the vamp and the areas close to the welt that get stretched. So those are the areas where you're going to see less character. But yeah, whew, beautiful. Looks like these are cork soles. I'm a big fan of cork. I really have always loved cork so much because it's supportive. It's heavy, it's dense, it's supportive. I'd say second only to leather. But yeah, so anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. What do you think about these boots? I just wanted to do a quick video and sort of emphasize how cool these John Lofgrens really are, and I wanted to sort of focus in and hone in on a brand that I don't typically talk about as much as some of the other brands out there. So anyways, I will leave, like I said, links to all these below. You can click on those and buy them if you want. Lost and Found is a great shop. I've followed them for years on Instagram. They're great people, great guys. I think that any of these runs is going to be a good choice. Yeah, all these Lofgrens. Outstanding. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I have a lot more boot reviews coming up, so stay tuned for those. And anyways, you can follow me on Instagram. My username is AeroSurferLV. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.